Good morning, good morning. Nick Martino is up in here. Good morning, Nick. How you doing, brother? You still hanging out? Nick Martino, channel member. Welcome to the chat. We'll started a few minutes early. Figured I'd give it a few minutes to for the chat to start filling up. Usually takes a minute or two. So yeah, how's everybody doing? Another Bushcraft Brew Crew Sunday morning social, putting in maximum effort. Yeah, 2 weeks we've been smashing the YouTube, putting out some content, some more shorts, doing a bunch of lives. Trying to get the channel to get some momentum. It's getting there. It's taking some work, but hell, anything easy isn't worth doing. Anything worth doing is worth overdoing. Welcome, welcome, everybody. How goes it? How goes it? There's Good morning, Nick. How you doing, man? I figured, yeah, there's always a bit of a lag with the lives as well. Gotta keep that in mind and stay used to that. But yeah, how you doing this morning, Nick? Good to see you, man. I caught your comments the other day, so thank you very much, man. Definitely appreciate people dropping comments in there. Definitely helps with getting the channel out there, getting in the algorithm, all that good stuff. Oh, my morning's been great. I've been up early, been productive. Dropped another short this morning, in fact. Early this morning, I think, oh, maybe like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Figured I'm doing some experimenting with some different times and see what works, what doesn't. But definitely making a difference. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's always good to know. We've definitely been short in the comment section. I've done some of the shorts and stuff. They've gotten like 8,000 views and stuff, but not a single comment. Like, oh no. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to increase the engagement. But yeah, hey, it's still fun doing. I'm having fun cranking out some shorts, watching the numbers grow. Yeah, the channel was pretty stagnant for quite a while, but we've definitely changed that around. Um, oh, Nick, you don't have to feel bad, especially though I've been putting out like five, six, seven lives a week. I did like 8 days straight and then took one day off and hopped back to it. And yeah, yeah, don't feel bad if you can't make it, man. Everybody's got responsibilities in life and things to do. I think that's one of the problems with doing a lot of content is I think some people hit like oversaturation. Like you can only consume, at least for me, I can only consume so much content from one creator, and sometimes it's just a bit much. I don't even try to keep up with it. Like there's so much out there. I figure if it comes up in my feed, I watch it, or if there's something going on, then I try to catch it. But man, it's tough, especially the more channels you're subscribed to, the more you're involved with. But yeah, so I figured today I'd kind of drop a whole bunch of stuff out here where we'll celebrate a little bit of diversity. Try to diversify the kid a little bit more, and that's the beauty. We get to pick and choose what we watch. Yeah, yeah, which is it baffles me because yeah, you've got unlimited options, but somebody will watch something and just yeah, they're just kind of like I don't know, they just leave bad comments or something or stuff that doesn't make sense or some people take the time to like downvote a video. Brand new American, longtime channel member. How you doing? Good morning, Pat. Always a pleasure. We are, yeah, we're cranking it out, my man. Yeah, B&A, how you doing this fine morning? You keeping busy? Got anything exciting planned for today? You just gonna relax with some YouTube? Of course, we're rocking the Spider Coast CF Sage 5 CF. Wow, how many times have I said that and I still screwed it up? Yeah, yeah, and it's going a lot more smoothly now. We gave it a little cleanup, a little more, little extra lubrication, and yeah, back to lickety split. Yeah, cold here this morning. Yeah, it's freezing here. Winds were honking last night. We had like 25, 30 mile an hour winds going through here. Yeah, you could just hear the winds whistling through the trees outside and everything. It was, I don't mind that stuff. Yeah, relaxing today. Solid plan. Back to the job tomorrow, or you still got some more time off? Are you done the low income housing project? Like, yeah, that's I'd be happy to be done that one. Of course, we're drinking the bean water this morning. Got the Phobos nice coffee mug, rocking that. I don't know if anybody was here, but I can never show the coffee cup with the coffee in it. That makes sense, right? Like, could it just be messy? But here's the red one that I have. This thing's sweet. It's the black ceramic one is just the same. I actually I wanna order a few of them and put them in with giveaways. And then they've got the enameled steel mug. It's a little bit. You're gonna want to double fist this one, or you're gonna go back for a few refills. It's a smaller cup, but yeah, good stuff. Bitch ran my foot over with a power chair the last day. Oh, what? Yeah, that's priceless. Huh? One of those little wheeling goes or something. Yeah, I think half the people that have those, they just don't want to walk anymore. I don't think you, because you see them like they'll be scooting around the store or something, then they get up and walk halfway down the aisle to get something they missed. So well, so I don't know. I don't question it too much. Racist could apologize, but yeah, yeah, it's your fault. You're in the way, B&A. Curse you for walking. Knives are a hobby for 11-year-olds. Yeah, okay, Noah. Well, maybe. Are you hoping when you turn 11, somebody's going to get you a knife and then you can have a hobby? Make sure you're supervised and learn how to sharpen it because a sharp knife is a safe knife. Knives are a hobby for 11-year-old boys. What an absolute tool, huh? Some of the people that come through here, I don't know. Yeah, you know where they come from mostly, though, huh? What's the best knife for bullies at school? Oh wow, it's a non-stop moranathon. Somebody's gonna be slinging wrenches this morning. But welcome to the chat, Tool. Um, yeah, apparently somebody never got punched in the mouth. But hey, that's not the point, anyhow. Oh, they started already. Hey Tom, you were showing some older stickers the other day. They were cool. Can we? Yeah, I've actually still got them around, man. Believe it or not. Yeah, this it's a little scratched up and stuff, but this is the one from Skydive Collegeville, Pennsylvania. I worked at this drop zone for 3 summers. Really good. It was a great time, man. Really, I mean, aside from the skydiving, I had more fun in Pennsylvania than I thought I would. It's right. It was right next to the Perkiomen Valley Trail, which takes you all the way down to the museum where the Rocky Steps the Rocky statue used to sit at the top of the steps, but now it's on the bottom right hand corner. And everybody threw a hussy fit about that. Like complete conniption fit. Um, and the other part, there was like places you could pull off the trail, like snowmobile trails. The places you can pull off and grab something to eat, grab some beverage, whatever. They had a lot of places like that, and an indoor climbing gym. It was like the Philly bouldering gym or something. Real nice climbing gym, good time. The view from altitude is just kind of like nothing great. But yeah, fun place to hang around, especially if you're a cyclist. Tons of people using that trail. Yeah, but they closed down. Yeah, they're closed now completely. So kind of a bummer. And then the other one I have, this is from like 2017. My buddy Scotty Burns was starting up a new wingsuit academy. We used to do a thing called Flock University, and then it'd just be like Flock U. Um, But yeah, he was starting a new school independently for wingsuiting, flight school, Wingsuit Skydiving Academy in DeLand, Florida. And it's kind of funny because 2017 is the year I moved up here with Mrs. Bushcraft, and I worked in the Northeast for the summer. I was supposed to go back down when winter started for 2017. I was going to be the master rigger, and we were going to do the R&D and test jumping, and one of the instructors and everything. But unfortunately, Scotty Burns didn't make it through that summer. Scotty Burns ended up passing away the summer of 2017. So the school kind of fell apart, and that was the end of that. But regardless, the school is no big deal. It was the loss of Scotty Burns, man. The dude was a legend, man. We did so many wingsuit jumps together. We worked together at like Tony Suits and everything. Yeah, Scotty Burns was a wingsuiting legend, man. He helped pioneer the sport. He was in it from the beginning. Man, skydivers can't spell real good. What do you spell? Oh yeah, I think it's on purpose. B&A, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You could be right. I don't know. Scotty wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed, but he was always the one that worked. And yeah, he always had a blast, man. So yeah, it might be like a just I don't think it's a typo. Yeah, I think he either misspelled it on purpose or just had an absolute brain fart. But yeah, cool little logo going and everything. I think the school would have done great. It was getting a lot of traffic down there in DeLand, especially in the winters and stuff. Yeah, Collegeville for Ulysses College, Philly Rock Gym in Oaks, Pennsylvania. The bike path follows the Schuylkill River. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. So he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, the Perkiomen Valley Trail there. It's cool. It's got a lot of wooden bridges and everything, like little walkover bridges, all kinds of fun, switchbacks and everything. Most of it's probably 90% of it, 80% of it or so is paved. But yeah, it's a really good time. I really enjoyed living there. Um, but yeah, they ended up going out of business. I think they turned the airport, like I think they subdivided it, turned it into suburban houses. It's worth more money. Kidding, that's an awesome sticker. No, it's okay being a Scotty Burns. He was Gen X as well. So yeah, he'd rather us be laughing and joking and having a good time. Especially as a career skydiver as well. That was his whole life. So yeah, he'd rather us cracking jokes about him and just having a good time rather than oh woe is me and oh poor guy. Nah, he lived life to the fullest. He was always the only time I saw him not having a good time, and we turned that frown upside down though, was when he was getting divorced and he couldn't see his kids. But yeah, we made sure he had plenty of money for the lawyer. She cleaned him out, made sure he didn't have money for a lawyer and everything. But oh yeah, yeah, I definitely made sure he had money for a lawyer, and that was the only time I saw him unhappy. But yeah, that makes perfect sense. Is Cold Steel still in business? Do they have any good knives? I don't. I'm pretty sure is Cold Steel. Yeah, Cold Steel is still in business. Do they have any good knives? That's subject to opinion. And I believe in free will, and everybody should freely decide what's good and not for themselves. I haven't owned a cold steel knife in like 30 years, man. I don't know. I may or may not grab something. I don't know. I'm not in a rush for. It's like just, man. When you get used to driving a Corvette, you're not going to go back to driving a Chevette. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm kind of used to Phobos knives and. Yeah, I'm not gonna drive a Chevette. It's Cold Steel has new owners, is what Nick is saying. That's awesome. Sometimes it's awesome. Well, I don't know. Nowadays, new ownership usually means somebody's gonna figure out how to drop the quality and increase the margin for the board of directors or something. The investing group. Um, Black Steel is the best blade ever. Yeah, I don't even. Black Steel is the best blade ever. I mean, for you maybe. I don't know. Um, yeah, rock on with your bad self. Not quite the same company they used to be. Yeah, yeah. I've found that out. I've experienced that a lot of times. Like when a company changes hands, It used to be like it's under new ownership. They'll be more motivated. They'll come out with innovative products. They'll try to be competitive with their prices. But now it seems like it's the exact opposite. Like somebody takes over a company and they lower the quality, increase the price. Like got to have the margins up, and we got to get our investment back and everything. 3 degrees out. Yeah, yeah. I don't think we're doing much better. B&A. Oh, we're doing better, man. We're at a flat zero, not -1, not +1. We're at exactly zero here. Like, is that's just amazing. Yeah. There's no palm trees here. That's the problem. If we plant palm trees, the cold weather will go away. Because every place I've been that has palm trees, there's almost no cold weather. Good morning, all. God bless. Username CJ224. What are you, a bot? Good morning. Good morning. Both know. Um, yeah, that's yeah, you don't get too many usernames. Um, that's funny. But anyhow, welcome to the chat. Hopefully you're having an awesome morning. We're having a great morning here. We're living the dream, having some fun, having a social, enjoying our coffee, talking about gear while enjoying a little YouTube adventure, some good old fashioned stories. All right, username. Have a great day. Have an awesome day. I hope the sun shines on you all day. Um, People don't really say that anymore, do they? Like, I hope the sun shines on you all day. Like, I hope you have a good day. Motorcycle tire prices went up. Everything's going up. Everything's going up except for wages. I just found out even like with the views you get here on YouTube. Um, I guess they switched it a few months ago. Like especially when it comes to the shorts. So it used to be like you had to watch a short for a certain amount of time before it counted. But now YouTube counts it. But then there's what they consider now it's engaged views, people that actually watch it. So you may think you got like 8,000 views on a short, but YouTube will be like you only got 3,200. So you're thinking, wow, I actually made a whopping 56 cents on this one, but no, you only made 24 cents. Um, so I don't know where I'm going to spend that money yet. I'm going to invest in can openers. Yeah, I think that's going to be the thing. Lost and happy. How you doing? There's a certain amount of truth in that screen name, isn't there? Yeah, I've been lost before and been kind of happy about it. Like, well, at least I'm not dealing with traffic. Try replacing a track on a sled, especially if it's a long one with deep lugs. Yeah, Nick, what's? Oh, I don't even want to know. It's probably a substantial portion of the cost of the sled. It's probably like 20% or 25%. Like you got to wonder, how did I buy all the bits and pieces for this item when a few pieces cost almost as like a good fraction or a good portion of what the overall cost is. Yeah, fun's never been cheap, man. I don't want to know how much money I've spent on having fun between like rock climbing gear, kayaking gear, like road cycling, mountain biking, skiing. That's yeah, there we go. Skiing was quite the expense. Yeah, man. My average jump rig cost $8,000, and I replaced it every 2 years. And I usually maintained like 4 or 5 jump rigs at a time. Yeah, I was mentioning that last night. The new economy is something I got to get past. Like I know what things cost a couple years ago, especially when it comes to certain items, and they've gone up so much. I'm like, wow, I don't even like. It was a great deal 3 years ago, but now it's like, wow, that's when you've added 30, 40, 50% to the cost of an item, is it still worth it? And some stuff has gone up like 200%, 250, 300%. Um, well, I don't know. The 90s and 2000s quads and sleds were affordable. Yeah, yeah, everything's gotten less affordable. Yeah, got to get my hustle on this year. Yeah, you and me both, P&A. I gotta get my hustle on. I've gotta yeah, I've got to get this channel productive so it'll expand. I like it's yeah, I put in 100% of whatever comes in this channel. But then it's like I've put like 1,000% more in. So yeah, well, more than in 2026. Yeah, I have too much of everything. Yeah, lost and happy. That's yeah, first world problems I have. Like I'm filthy knife rich. I just got to go out and buy a backpack and a tent and all that other good stuff. Yeah, yeah. I used to be filthy gear rich. I had 5 gallon buckets full of like rock climbing pro and yeah, had like a dozen different ropes. I had a few kayaks, a few mountain bikes, a road bike, all that. But it kind of dwindled off over the years. Yeah, parts are not cheap. Yeah, Don Ray, welcome to the chat. Good morning. How are you doing? Hopefully all is well with Don Ray. How are things going up there? Actually, down there, you're south of here, so hopefully a bit warmer. We were just talking about that. It's 3 degrees where Pat's at. It's 0 degrees here. Hopefully you're getting a little something a little bit warmer. Um, yeah, but I've been cranking out the shorts. I think I've done like that today officially marks like 2 weeks. I've been doing the maximum effort thing, and I've been posting 4 or 5 times a day, like 3 to 4 shorts and a live on average. So like 4 or 5 times a day. Um, yeah, weather's insane here in Utah. Yesterday hit 60 degrees in February. Damn harp. Oh, I would not mind making a trip out to Moab. Moab is always a good time. Yeah, 60 in Moab and Utah. That's insane. So, what's everybody drinking today? Everybody got a fresh cup of the bean water. My goal is to actually finish this one. Last week I didn't finish it, but what could possibly go wrong, right? Gonna do a solo Adirondack camping trip on the bike this year. Got a list of gear to get for that. Yeah, BNA. That's a good time. The Adirondacks are really nice. Definitely a good time going up there. Yeah, what kind of gear you looking for? Like ultralight? You're gonna go on the motorbike, right? You gonna take the Gixxer up there or something? I just got my instigating bowel movement poop shoes. Yeah, hey, I know a guy that he was like, I'm gonna quit drinking coffee, and he quit drinking coffee, but he's like, I haven't been to the bathroom in like 3 days. I gotta start drinking coffee again. This is out of control. So yeah, yeah, gotta keep the coffee flowing. I've got my mason jar of cold coffee. Nice. Yeah, Mrs. Bushcraft, even in the winter, she drinks the iced coffee. Like, makes no sense at all to me, but whatever. Yeah, she drinks her iced coffee year round. It can be 0 degrees out, but she'll still drink an iced coffee. Me, I'm like, no, I want it hot and um, Adirondack Park can fit all the other national parks, and it's so big. Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. It's huge, and yeah, there's a ton of stuff to do there. There's a bunch of rock climbing destinations, hiking, camping, all that good stuff. For some reason, the caffeine hits and diffuses in your cells faster through iced coffee than hot coffee, but hot coffee just gets rid of the fog for me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So there's always a science to everything. Just some things are a mystery until you understand it. The Appalachian Mountains are part of the same mountain range in Scotland. Are they? Pat, where are you coming up with all this stuff? Learned that recently. Yeah. It's amazing what you can actually learn on the interwebs, right? It's like an endless flow of information. You just gotta get past the AI slop and the clickbait and stuff that goes on now. I guess YouTube's trying to figure out a way to do away with like they did with clickbait. They're trying to get rid of the rage bait stuff as well. So if you're intentionally throwing like turd information out there, then yeah, like AI is gonna read the comments and base it off the comments or something. So everybody, make sure you leave happy comments because those definitely help. Bad comments will shut down the video. Um, yeah, I've been doing a lot of research on lately on how to YouTube it up better, how to be a better YouTuber. So yeah, I guess there's a whole pond between Scotland and the Appalachian Range. Isn't there also a smaller island called Ireland in the way? Asking for a friend. Um, yeah, learn that geography and geology nerd stuff. Yeah, hey, everybody's got their hobbies, Pat. Nothing wrong with that. I've still got those crystals that you sent me as well. I keep those. Yeah, I keep them tucked away in the knife case. I did have them out for a while, but I was afraid to knock them off the table, messing around with stuff and lose them or something. So, believe it or not, don't care. Windmaster 11, welcome to the chat. How are you doing? I can believe that for sure, Pat. After a while, you'll figure out that I'm not a liar. Being AI Captain, the Pine Lake, New York, is located within the southern Adirondacks in Fulton County. It was gorgeous. Yeah, there's a lot to upstate New York. A lot of nice places to go, lakes and um oh, what are they called? Not little canyons, but oh geez, yeah, okay, brain fart. More coffee. Um, Glens, that's what it is. There's a lot of Glens. Yeah, the whole world there, the whole area is beautiful. Yeah, flat. Oh, come on, Pat. You don't believe in flat Earth? They, you got to like 5% believe in it or something. Because allegedly flat Earth is it's like a conspiracy theory for nutcases and everything. But you're like, hold on a second. If you look at the last 5 or 6 years, the conspiracy theorists and nutcases have all been right. So maybe the flat Earth people are on to something. Wasn't it flat Earth until who was it? Wasn't it Leonardo da Vinci or Michelangelo or somebody? I can't remember who it was. Said the Earth was round, and then they prosecuted him for him. They called it blasphemy and all that. Yeah, yeah. Why has no one outside the ice ring made contact? Because we're underachievers compared to people outside the ice ring, right? Of course, that's got to be the obvious answer. I'm only entertaining this for comic value. I really don't believe it. But it is just a little bit of entertainment when you're like, but the conspiracy theorists have been right. Maybe they're right again. I don't know. I don't know. I've been high enough. You can see the curvature and stuff. So what about the Coriolis effect? Oh, that's like made by the government along with all the birds. Birds are really like spy drones. Shadows prove it's not flat. About time we drown a witch. It's been a while. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. Man, we need to go after some of the Kool-Aid colored haired ones though, with septum rings. Those are the witches that we need to. Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. You can't be making fun of the Kool-Aid colored hair people, man. It's not cool. Whatever. There is no curve. Oh wait, you said yeah, yeah. Oh, Well, with a W, right? It is, for being so accepting and tolerant, they sure aren't accepting and tolerant of anything. Like, I don't know what possesses somebody to get like their hair done like that. I don't know. I don't understand it. I'm not going to try to understand it. There are some things in life which you cannot control or understand, and that's one of them. I don't. Yeah, I've seen some of them like at the mall or something, and you're just like, what made you get up and decide to get dressed like that? I don't understand it. Like I get everybody's trying to. I don't know. It's like some artistic expression, or I don't know, or some narcissistic, hey, look at me kind of thing. It is what it is, though. What's everybody carrying today? What's the folder of choice? Anybody slugging around any multi tools or anything? That's the nice part about doing these lives. I get to empty my pockets. Everything ends up on the table. So lighten the trousers for the morning. Yeah, one of life's true great mysteries. Um, Septum pierce for the crown jewel. It is. Have you seen the videos about like septum ring theory and stuff like that? It's pretty funny, and it's one of those like you don't want like certain stereotypes you don't want them to be true, but then you're kind of like, well, that one is. Yeah, some stereotypes are socially acceptable, others are not, but we're all in that game. Machete is a tool, not a weapon. Yeah, yeah, Joe Medina. Thanks for clarifying yeah, but yeah, public safety announcement from was it Joel Medina? Yeah, yeah, that's completely true. A machete is a tool. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Thanks for the public safety announcement. We appreciate that. I want a kukri for clear and brush. Oh, B&A, have you seen the Extrema Ratio kukris? Those are pretty nice. It's kind of like a contemporary version of a kukri. It's just the lines and everything about it. I don't know how good they are, but they sure are pretty to look at. They come with a hefty price tag too for what they are. Like I've kind of researched them a bit, but they sure, man, they're pleasant on the eyes. They really are. Well, actually, it's not a knife; it's a machete. But yeah, it's a big machete. If it were a little smaller, it'd be a knife. But I can't. Joel Medina, you're my hero. Can you send me an email? Can we be friends? Like that's if you're EDC and a machete, then I want to hang out with that kind of cool kid. Would that be cool? Could we be friends? You want to talk about it? You got to ask your mom first. Yeah, I have my free P4, my Hinderer. Yeah. Nick's still rocking the free P4. I still haven't seen any for sale. Um, the XM24 Warney Skinny. Trying out this new Sparrow Strix and sitting with the rest of my collection, but currently have those. Right on, Nick. Jason Voorhees doesn't even daily a machete. What the hell? I'm sure it does. You probably, yeah. If it's sharp, it cuts real nice. I guess. Yeah. If you do you sharpen it yourself, or does your dad help you? I have a nice Buckvo 108. It took the place of my hatchet and parang. Oh, like you mean like a split and fro or something? I'm not familiar with that one at all. Yeah, and 40 veteran mom said we can be friends. That's all. You're the only person I know that EDC's a machete, man. More power to you. Um, what else do we got going on? What else? Yeah, firing up the French press for another round. Sounds like a plan, Pat. At some point, I got to get into the French press. I like the pour over. Currently have a pour over. You guys have seen that though, the Sea to Summit deal. But yeah, Mrs. Bushcraft uses, like the Mr. Coffee machine. So, but she makes some pretty light coffee. You gotta drink half the pot. I love this free P4. Other than not having the bit adapter on it, but other than that, it's my all-time favorite tool from. Oh, yeah, yeah. I've looked into some of those. Like I've looked into the Arc, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, maybe someday. Um, it'd have to be sooner than later. Everybody's prices keep going up. I have like old guy sticker shock now. I'm like, no way. Back in the day, that was 49 cents. Now you want 49.99 for it. Yeah, okay, Joel Medina. So, who sent you in here? Oh, you joined February 10th of 2025. Right on. So about a year. I think I might try to get a mutt. A mutt would be cool. I think a nice like kind of like mid-range budget thing. I mean, it's still a bit of money, but I think like the Super Tool 300M, along with the rebar, it's kind of like the Surge and the Wave on a slightly better deal. I asked her. She said it's true. She told me I don't remember the U.S. Navy. Oh wow, Joel needs a hug. Somebody give Joel a big hug, and everything's gonna be okay. Have I ever tried to craft a self bow? Many years ago, I tried to, and I failed miserably. I basically I was going into it with no knowledge whatsoever, and just if it looks like a bow, it's got to work like a bow. Like you understand the concept of tension and whatever. But I've never successfully done it. Now there's all kinds of cool ways to do it. People are making them out of like PVC pipes, and you just need a heat gun and some PVC. And does anyone in here ever watch the channel Bergam? No, Nick. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Oh, he does primitive bushcraft. Yeah, I'm not too much into the primitive bushcraft. I like it's entertaining to watch, but um, yeah, you can jump on airplanes and you can have all the experience under your belt in rock climbing. But you tried building a self boat. Come on, once. Come on. I believe it. Yeah. Well, part of it's desire. Like I don't really. I know that there's a lot of crafting that goes involved, a lot to learn, and yeah, I mean, when I say I was younger, I was like, man, like a teenager when I did it. Um, so it was well before I gained all that other knowledge. Um, I need cash. Keep the hugs. There's always somebody special rolling through here. Um, Don Ray, take care, everyone. Hello to Miss Bushcraft. Yes, Don Ray, thank you. Mrs. Bushcraft is at work right now. But I will most definitely extend that to her when she gets home. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah, have an awesome day. And stay warm. I'd imagine it's pretty chilly where you're at still. Yeah, it's fun to watch, but actually practicing it, I don't know. I watch Swamp People a lot, the Landrys. Yeah, okay. So what do you do for hobbies now there, Joel? Are you an avid outdoorsman, or what is all this? It's stuff, man. It's stuff. Everybody needs more stuff. In fact, you need a big house so you can put all your stuff. Anybody see that George Garland skit? Um, and when we go on vacation, we have a big bag. We bring as much of our stuff as we can. And when we get to the hotel, we start looking for places to put all our stuff. And then we go out and we get more stuff to bring back to the hotel room. It's all like outdoor stuff. I got a like kind of like an in general kit. I got like some active fishing and hunting, a hobo reel and a slingshot and a knife and a saw and a couple of multi tools out, some fire starters, a water canteen. Um, yeah, yeah, aren't we? That's the name of the game now. Not too much. We're always broke. Everybody's broke nowadays. It seems to be a trend. And it definitely holds more true with everything going on. Uh, yeah, George Carlin's take on golf. He's got a lot of mind bending takes on a few things. I apologize. Oh, Bertram. Yeah, I don't think I've seen him, Nick. Um, what's the slingshot looking thing? It's exactly what it is. It's a slingshot. The slingshot looking thing is a slingshot. Go figure. Yeah, yeah. This is a Simple Shot Scout LT2. Made in the USA slingshot by Simple Shot. Do I know what a camelback is? Yeah, I know what a camelback is. You're really I don't know about you, Joel. Yeah, I definitely know what a camelback is. It's a form of water hydration that's carried over into their own backpack systems and carry systems and things like that. Yeah. Yep. I remember life before the water bladder. Or is it like a sawzall? Like everybody refers to a reciprocating saw as a sawzall. Doesn't matter if it's made by DeWalt, Makita, Milwaukee. Doesn't matter who made the reciprocating saw. Everybody refers to it as a sawzall. I think that the water bladder is commonly just called a camelback. Doesn't matter if Hydrostorm made it or HydroQuest or Aquamira. It always ends up being a camelback. But yeah, yeah, I'm very familiar with the water bladder. Canteen back tap. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Hey, thanks for the intel on that one. Sawzall is a brand. Yeah. Yeah, Nick, I always get into that with people, you know. I don't know why. It's yeah, it's the reciprocating saw. Not all of them are Sawzall, it's a brand, yeah. But it's always associated that way, you know. It doesn't matter if you can bust out a DeWalt reciprocating saw and somebody be like, "Oh, good thinking, man. You brought the Sawzall." No, no, I brought the reciprocating saw, but thank you. Can you explain the slingshot a little more, please? It's cool. I guess what's there to explain? It's a flat band slingshot. Um, yeah, yeah, you ask the questions, I'll give the answers because I don't know exactly what you're trying to ask. It's a slingshot. Like it's a simple thing, no need to complicate it, but yeah, like how we say Kleenex. Exactly. Yeah, it's a tissue, but it's always Kleenex no matter the brand. Where okay, it's a slingshot. Where does the band go? Where do you think the band goes? We yeah, yeah, got to stay hydrated and don't forget electrolytes, man. Well, yeah, yeah. See, being I think people are just kind of being a little bit facetious in here because the proper question would be is how are the bands attached, not where do they go? It's obvious where they go. There's two types of ways you can attach the bands. You can either use clamps or you can use what's called wrap and tuck. It's just a long piece of it's basically a rubber band you wrap around the rubber band. Um, I didn't know it went through the hole. Sorry. Yeah, I think what they should do is probably buy their own and figure it out. Yeah. In fact, if you buy a simple shot slingshot, it comes with instructions, also a link to their website that'll give you thorough instructions of how to work the exact model in which you purchased. They have a plethora of information on there. Um, oh, what's it? Was Jordan Smothers, who has the Smo Show, who's a very active slingshot thing. Yeah, troll by default. Yeah, the thing is B&A, some of them sound exactly like the person we know. You know, Mr. Pocket Clip guy. Yeah, some of them sound exactly like him. And they kind of ask like silly questions that kind of make sense, but they don't make sense. And there's like a common way that we would ask a question, and they just, he was bragging in one of his lives about how he likes to go in there and act like a 13 or 14-year-old and say, "What's this? What's that next to it? What's that do? It's a knife, you moron. What do you think it does?" Um, but you know who we're talking about, B&A. We won't we won't get too into that. But but your cab never tell the days. It feels like he's legitimately asking Tom. Yeah, back and forth, back. Yeah, I wasn't trolling. I was asking because it looked cool. Sorry, was asking. Yeah, it's just the way the questions came across. But yeah, there's these screws right here loosen up, and I don't have any bands out or anything. This clip right here loosens, and you tuck the band. It's a flat band, flat rubber band that goes in there, and then you tighten it up. Or if you don't want to do that, this groove right here, like I was talking about using, I don't have any regular elastic bands kicking around. But there's like a latex band, and you can you lay the band over, and then you wrap it around this groove, stops it from sliding up or down. Um, and it's called a wrap and tuck. There's some really good explanations of how to do it on YouTube. I use the clips. I never use the wrap and tuck. The clips are just quicker. It's got a little Allen's wrench on the bottom here, so you can loosen these up, and then yeah, it opens up between the green and the black here. You insert the band evenly, tighten it down, and yeah, that's how the bands go in. I wish I was inside the joke. Yeah. Um yeah, it's one of those things, if you know, you know, if you don't, we're not going down that road. Um but there's a group of people because they don't like the way I do things, so they like to come in here and troll me, and they try to monopolize the conversation and asking silly questions the whole time, um it works. Like they set out to destroy people's channels, and they just, yeah. A good friend of mine who grew up in the same area that I did, he had a great channel going, and they ran him right off of YouTube. They've ran a few people off of YouTube. I refuse to cave into their trash though. It is a good looking slingshot. Did you get that from Fowler's Makery and Mischief? No, I got it direct from Simple Shot. Yeah, Fowler's Makery and Mischief. He doesn't. I don't think he makes any. Um, I think he's got a name on a couple of them, but no, this is from the company Simple Shot, and they're about like $45 with a little kit. It comes with a couple of different band sets, some steel shot, some clay shot, just the like a basic starter kit, including the slingshot, is only like $45. Yeah, there's a steady flow of testosterone in here. It's definitely peak male comment. KO Knives sent 100 for 2 joules. Thank you, KO. Welcome to the chat, KO. How you doing this morning? Yeah, he did an awesome nice little sharpening session live the other day. KO Knives. It was it was some great sounding like ASMR. He's just yeah, freehand sharpening and having a great time. It was a hoot. I'm heading to bed. Right on. It's that time already. Or what time is it where you're at? Yeah, Joel, you doing we don't know you that well. Like, yeah, keep the language clean there, guy. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove that. Like, yeah, I don't know you that well. But yeah, the slingshots are a great time. At minimum, they're a lot of fun. They're inexpensive to plink away with. And if you get good at them, they're effective as like an active hunting tool for small game. You can hunt like squirrel and pheasant and quail and rabbits and things like that. Um, yeah, what's the best to use with slingshots like that? Seems cool stuff. Unk chick. What's the best to use with? Yeah, you want to use yeah, you want to use like pre-established stuff. Like you don't want to pick up rocks off the ground and try launching those or anything. They'll mess up your bands. They don't fly right. There's no aerodynamic properties to most rocks. Um, so yeah, you either want to use like steel shot like this, or what a lot of people like to practice with is clay shot, because you can get like a big thing of clay shot of like 1,500 for like $7 or $8 at the Wally World. So a lot of people are practicing with the clay shots. Yeah, it's like 1,500 shots for like $7 or $8, and 1,500 steel shots would cost you like $35, $40. I don't know. Depends on what the going rates are. Yeah, I used to. I never got too much into the wrist rockets. I still have one. It's broken. Um, yeah, like one of these. These are classics. The thing is when it comes to throwing it in the backpack, these don't break down very well. The tubes are overpowered and inaccurate. This you can slip in your back pocket and hardly notice it's there, or in a cargo pocket or in your backpack, which keeps these a lot of fun. Versus this one here, it almost never makes it in the backpack because it's awkward. Even if you try attaching it to the outside, they're just yeah, the bands on this one dried out and and broke. Fortunately, I noticed it and kind of it wasn't during use. So, have you ever seen a Winter Blades Factor? Nope, nope, never seen a Winter Blades Factor. Nope, never seen one. No, Winter Blade Company. No, I've never seen them. I should have been asleep about 4 hours ago. Yeah, KO, I should have been asleep about like 24 hours ago. I've been I've been grudging through the weekend trying to uh, get some videos done. And what was it? Friday, I think Friday I did like 5 hours worth of lives. I did like a 2 hour live in the morning and then like a 3 hour live in the evening. And then yeah, yesterday I did about another two and a half hour live. And I've been doing like 3 to 4 shorts a day plus a live on average. So yeah, I've been uploading like 4 to 5 times a day for like 2 weeks solid now, trying to, and it's working. It's totally turning the channel around. Um, yeah, yeah, I've increased. Yeah, like yeah, publishing more helped your channel get 366% more views than usual. And I was um I was actually below 21,800 a month. For like the last 28 days or something, and now I'm at like 131,300. So yeah, yeah, watch time hours are up by like 600 hours. They're up to like 905.5. Yeah, everything's in the green except for the fourth box. So I'm burnt out, taking a break for a bit. Yeah, it can. Like I'm gonna hustle it for a few weeks and then I'm gonna cut back. I'm working on. I tried scheduling a couple of things, but it just seems like the schedule ones they don't even put them out. Like you try to schedule it for like a popular time of day to publish it, and yeah, just awkward. Yeah, cool, but impractical. Magnet attracts too much unwanted debris. I've handled the factor. Seems gimmicky to me. All right, KO. Thanks for hanging out. We definitely appreciate you here. Yeah, get some sleep, man. Get some rest, and we'll see you when you're back at it. And when you get back up, have a great day, get great evening, whenever that is. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Yeah, if everybody could remember, if you forgot, please smash the like button. It definitely helps the channel get out there. Like, share, subscribe, and all that other fun stuff. And don't forget to, do the tappity tap tap on the little ringy dingy thingy so that I guess it's fun to do. I don't know that you're going to get notifications. I never do, but maybe you have better luck. Um, Anywho, good night. Yeah, just making sure I didn't miss any comments. Yeah, so I do, and I have enjoyed the wrist rockets. They're kind of fun, but they're just not as accurate. They're usually overpowered. Yeah, you gotta get some larger steel, like quarter inch or something, three aces. I mean, yeah, like yeah, bigger than 3/8 inch. Like instead of 9.5 mil, like 11 mil or something. EJ Wren, how screwed am I to have a slingshot in New Jersey get caught being court facing charges like a criminal? Is that the case? Is that how New Jersey is about slingshots? I know some places they're not allowed, but I don't know about New Jersey. I know New Hampshire, they're fine with them. They could care less. It's one of the few things they're not going after people for. No one gets caught with it. Yeah, how do you get caught with a slingshot? Oh yeah, I don't know. You could just be plinking away in your backyard or something. It's amazing. The neighbors won't ask you to stop doing something. They just call the cops now. Um, yeah, I've read my share of police blotters. Never seen that one. Yeah, yeah. I don't even know if there's laws about that in New Hampshire. I don't think there are. I don't think they care. To be honest, it's kind of like I know there's knife laws, but like how do you get caught with it? There's like switchblade laws and OTFs, automatics and stuff like that. Like you're not supposed to carry them, but how would you get caught with it? I mean, I never carry one, but I don't even own one, so I'm not worried about it. But how would you even get caught with that knife? It's kind of mind-boggling, you know. How does somebody get caught with an OTF or whatever? It just doesn't make any sense. Unless you're doing stupid stuff with it, like if you're doing criminal stuff, that's probably how you would get caught. But yeah, if I were to like EDC and OTF, well, I love acronyms, aren't they? They just abridge everything, and then I make it longer by talking about it, which is stupid. Um, but yeah, if you were to EDC and OTF, wow, once more in Engledy, buddy. If I were to EDC and OTF, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd get caught with it. I'd have no criminal intent with it. I think that's how you would get caught. Yeah, 177 BB. Really, you can't even own a BB? Yeah, I don't know, man. I wouldn't live in New Jersey. I've worked in New Jersey. I worked at a drop zone there for a couple weeks. But I also worked in West Deptford, New Jersey, doing cleanup from Hurricane Sandy. That was a good time, man. Chainsaws were running hot all day. I mean, not a good time for the people, but if you're in a disaster relief work and working 20-hour days and stuff, and it's kind of like, wow, that's a horrible thing to say. Like you're having a good time off of somebody else's misery, but going out clearing out roads, like providing access to people, that's a good thing. It's kind of like it's fun to do a good thing, right? Let's laugh. A Red Rider is illegal. If a Red Rider is illegal, at that point, like the entire government should be exchanged. Like they just gotta like get rid of the people, not like get rid of all those stupid laws. Like yeah, like what kind of is that legit? I don't know. I'm gonna look into that one. Like yeah, a 177 BB is yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That sound like that sound. I'd believe it in California. Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't consider moving. I'd make plans to move. That's all. Yeah. If you couldn't own a Slingshot or a Red Rider or something like that, yeah, it's time to move out of the state. Let them lose the tax revenue and everything. Yeah, B&A, yeah. Yeah, I would I'd be on the next flight out of there. I would be gone. And that's all I would have to say about that. See ya. I'm out of here. I'm moving someplace. I don't know, Florida, Texas, or something. Probably Florida, man. I've done enough shoveling snow the past few years. I'm ready for some warm weather again. No gun laws got me wanting to move lately. Yeah, New York's horrible about it as well. The whole state over. When it comes to the pew pew laws. It is. I own them and have to hide my hobby. New Jersey is strict paintball and airsoft only. Yeah, paintball and airsoft only. Paintball's a good time, man. I rock at paintball. I've been playing like the game only existed for 2 years when I started playing. Um, Paintball was invented in 1984 in Henniker, New Hampshire, and I started playing in 1986 in Ware, New Hampshire, at AG Paintball. I had that patch out lately. So they came out with patches like, first year rookie, 5 years playing, 10 years, 15, 20 years and stuff. And I'm one of like five or six people that got the 30-year life player. This was at AG Paintball, Adventure Games Paintball in Ware, New Hampshire. And I started playing there before it was a business. The owner owned a bunch of land and liked playing paintball and got people together and it was like, all right, this is getting expensive building bunkers and buying plywood and all that. So everybody would pitch in like $5, and then paintballs weren't as easy to come by. Back then, a case of paintballs was 50 10-round tubes, and I used to split it with my cousin, and we would each get like 25 tubes of 10, and that would last us all weekend. And then we would have some little extra to play some backyard ball around the house and stuff like that. In fact, my cousin got mad at me every time he came over, like because he'd call up on the phone like, "Hey, I'm heading over. Want to go for a bike ride or something." And as soon as he'd come down the stairs, I had my paintball gun ready, and I'd plink him like two or three times, just boop boop boop. Yeah, that's when we played with like shop goggles. The shop goggles with the green strap. Yeah, everybody was in shop goggles and getting shot in the face, getting shot in the ear. Yeah, that's some old school paintball. That'll teach you a little bit. In fact, we used to like it when people cheated. There's people that wipe the paint, and that was always a great time because it's like it doesn't matter, dude. You can cheat, you can wipe the paint, but you can't wipe the welt. So, yeah, paintball's the bomb. Guziak, well, Walda Guziak, welcome to the chat. Um, Hello, hello. How is everybody doing? We're talking about slingshots, paintball, flat Earth. Well, not it's not a that wasn't a serious conversation. That was just for fun. Um, Crossbow. Yeah, I need a crossbow, man. I need like a 10-point cool crossbow with a Garmin sight on it. Those new Garmin fancy electric it takes battery sights. Yeah, I do compound archery. I do have plans to get into recurve and eventually crossbow. I've wanted a crossbow my whole life. I've never bought one because I didn't want to fulfill that portion of life yet. There's some things in life you have to just leave for the want. Like it gives you some drive, it gives you some motivation, keeps you looking forward to tomorrow. So I always put the crossbow off till tomorrow. But yeah, it's gonna happen at some point. I must have a crossbow, and it's gonna be one of those. No, it's gonna be a prime crossbow. Like I said, like one of the high end 10-point. I just don't want it so overpowered that it just destroys bolts going through the targets. You can't have one here either, man. They should rename New Jersey the not fun state. Here in New Hampshire, you can own a crossbow, but in order to hunt with it, you have to have like a reason to hunt. You have to have like a physical disability or something, so that you can't do traditional archery, and then you can do a crossbow. I have no disability qualifying me for hunting with a crossbow, so in my state, owning the crossbow is just like it's a big shiny car. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, yeah, it's got to be like I might even like pull it apart and have Burkle Cerakote, custom Cerakote it and stuff. Like when I finally get a crossbow, it's going to be grand. And I want 90% of people to say that's a waste of money, man. But it'll make me happy, and that's what matters most. And those are the things I plan to buy myself in life. I abandoned the automobile about 20 years ago. So the amount of money I've saved in 20 years by not having to make car payments, not having to pay car insurance, registrations, inspections, all that other stuff. Yeah, riding a custom Cannondale is cheaper than a basic car, and way more fun and way more healthy in my opinion. Like there's more fun to be had on two wheels than four. Will you give me the brand of your chest rig? Yes, the chest rig that I have is Full Tang Tactical, and they are made in the USA right down in Tennessee. That particular model is the Recon chest rig. But we can bust it out for a second here. I've been pulling the bits and pieces out of it, but yeah, this is gonna make a mess. But that's half the fun, right? That's why we YouTube. Yeah, this is the pouch inside. It just comes blank like loop Velcro. This pouch is by Hill People Gear. I think it's like $35 or something. It's the 58 or 57 pouch or something. And the rest of it is just odds and ends I got off of Amazon. But it's complete loop in the back, so you can put whatever. You can fit a large frame sidearm in there easily. And then for like rapid deploy, it does have tabs right here on both sides, so you can you can zip it up with the tab out and then pull the tab, whatever, lefty righty, doesn't matter. It's on both sides. Most people are right-handed, so yeah, you would reach over with your left hand and pull it open and then draw. But yeah, it's an outstanding rig, extremely well made. I've been through like every stitch on this thing, and they're doing a great job. Like thread tension, top and bottom thread is solid. It's bar tacked where it should be. There's no overstitching. You got to be careful. Overstitching will perforate the fabric just like you would a piece of paper. So yeah, if you overstitch something, you can perforate it, and that's why it tears at the stitch. It's usually overstitching and is doubled down with too high a thread tension. Yeah, the XO short got about, man, I got about 1,000 views, which is like 1% of what I really want that thing to get. So in fact, I might, I'm gonna give it. They say give it like 48 hours, so I'm gonna give it like 48 hours, and then I'm gonna start pinning it in the top of the comment section during the lives. Like, please go watch this. I'm usually, I don't try to push content at all. I don't do the comment thing with the link. I just dropped another short or something. Please watch it. But that's going to be one where, yeah, that was the one where you start texting your friends like, hey, man, I just dropped this. Check it out. Um, yeah, that EXO, yeah. But yeah, great rig. And if you're new to the channel, if you're asking about this, yeah, when I go through stitching and stuff, I'm a master parachute rigger by trade. So kind of like soft products is my forte. I've done R&D, test jumping, building my own wingsuits for different companies. I've worked for Performance Designs with parachutes. I've built my entire harness container systems for base jumping. So I understand sewing on a level that most people don't. So yeah, when I say I go through the stitching on a product, I go through this. It's like OCD kicks in, and I just start. I like. Yeah, I'll bust out a magnifying glass to look at the stitching. And in fact, yeah, Mrs. Bushcraft, she won't go out backpack shopping with me. Like we went to the EMS, and I was like flipping backpacks inside out to look at the stitching. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm looking at the stitching. I want to make sure it's done well. And then some like young Gen Zer comes over like, can I help you with something? I highly doubt it, dude. But yeah, you want to hang out and learn something? I'll teach you what you're looking for. Yeah, I ended up giving the dude at EMS like a little lesson on inspecting stitching. So yeah, two wheels for the win, B&A. You just always head on a swivel. Always, always. I'll move this out of the way now. I'm sure you guys don't want to look at the back end of. Oh my goodness! Look at what we've done. This is. I'm the reason why we can't have anything nice. I'm always making a mess out of everything. Oh no! It went from bad to worse. Good thing Mrs. Bushcraft isn't here. She'd be laughing at me, making fun of me. Are you sure that's in the right spot? No, label out. Rookie. This is such a mess. And she'll tell you I have the most organized messes she's ever seen. I'll do a gear layout for a camping trip or something, and she'll take a look. I'll be like, don't worry, I'll clean the mess up. She's like, what's the most organized mess I've ever seen? Like, everything's dress right dress. Moose soup. I'll take moose soup over poo soup any day of the week. That's a vague random comment. I don't understand how some of this stuff works, but hey. So anybody doing anything exciting today? Any camping, hiking, biking, base jumping, anything cool going on? What are the cool kids doing today? He says moose soup. Is that a legit thing or FDR 314? FDR 314. Welcome to the chat. How you doing? Yeah, everybody's still here. How's everybody doing? Sorry about that. Got a little sidetracked for a minute. Because there's one time at Skydiving camp. Yeah, buddy. Joe Medina. The foosball game is today. That's the devil's sport. No, that's right. Yeah, the foosball game is today, the Super Bowl thing. Yeah, the only thing I saw about that is everybody's got their panties in a bunch over what Kid Rock is singing halftime and people are upset about it or something. I don't know. Don't even know who's playing in the stupid bowl. B&A, I'm pretty sure it's the Celtics against the Bruins, buddy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's who it is. Like, I love the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, like, they've got the best corner kicks ever. And, but yeah, no high sticking. That'll get you, yeah, I'm not a mainstream sport person at all. I'm the exact opposite of mainstream sports. I'm like extreme sports person that just kind of like laughs at conventional sports. I don't think that any one person is worth, $10 million to play foosball for the season. Or, somebody getting paid $17 million to play the stick and ball game. Like, that's such a silly thing. They're so grossly overpaid. And that's why your average person can't afford to go to those games anymore. The Pats versus the Seahawks again. Oh, right on. Yeah, the Pats versus the Seahawks again. Yeah, that's going to be outstanding. I'm sure of it. I'll be quick to watch the recaps of that one. Yeah, sorry, man. I'm just not a mainstreamer like that. Bad Bunny is doing it, so Kid Rock is doing his own thing for, politics and everything. Yeah, Ryan, and that's one of the reasons why I just have no interest in that stuff anymore. And once you catch wind of the NFL had to re-register from what was it? From a sports, what did they call it? They had a name, I don't know. They had to switch it from like a sports activity to an entertainment thing because the refs aren't making bad calls on accident kind of stuff, And Anytime you've got hundreds of millions of dollars involved in something, you're guaranteed that it's going to be corrupt. There's going to be fraud going on. There's going to be, BS bets and stuff like that. Things are going to get fixed. I mean, look at how Jake Paul destroyed boxing. People believed in boxing for quite a while, but hey, good old social media boy Jake Paul ruined it for everybody because, yeah, it was all scripted fights. It was all bunk. Uh, what would be your zombie knife? Oh, I wouldn't have a knife. I would go full on. Yeah, I would want like a minigun or no, probably a samurai sword. Yeah, samurai sword. John Delicacci. Yeah, Illuminati. Yeah, I think a knife is. I would want something with more range than a knife. Yeah, I would go with a sword or some type of cool sword. Like whatever they would. Like Hollywood stuff. Maybe like a blade sword with some special features. Blade that would be cool. Comic book action, right? Well, maybe though. I'd get something a lot longer than a machete. Yeah, but the machete, there you go. There you have it. That would be a good zombie apocalypse type thing. Especially if you went full zombie apocalypse with it, did like, painted the blade orange with neon green scales. Then you're, yeah, cold steel. No, I'd get like some Japanese folded steel super duper thing. Yeah. And I would have buckets full of shuriken. Like, yeah, if you're going after zombies and yeah, I would have shuriken. Nothing says ninja like a shuriken. Shuriken with a samurai sword, Gatling gun. Um, yeah, probably a Gatling over a mini because then you don't have to worry about like it's hand cranked. Did anybody see that? Oh, you can get a 5.56 Gatling, like a whole kit for like $1,200 or something to build it. I just saw a short on it. Like I was like, no way, get out of here. It's gorgeous too. It's kind of like a steampunk look to it. But yeah, it's got the crank on the right. Boom, 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 boom. Like, it's only $1,200, but geez, you gotta be rich to load it. You start cranking out 900 rounds a minute or something, and yeah, there goes your Joseph. How you doing, man? How was CQ? Good to see you back. Dude, that brought back some memories, man. Pulling CQ 24 hours, and then you want to sleep, but you can't. You try to pull like a 36-hour a week and try to go to bed the next night at a regular time. Yeah, man. Or I made some bank. I used to make some bank pulling CQ. Like, somebody would have a date or a holiday or something like that. They'd be like, "Yo, man, pull my CQ." It's like, yeah, dude. Even back, we're talking like mid '90s. I would get $200, $300, $400 for pulling CQ. And the best part was going to see Top. Like, had to go in and have it approved by the first sergeant, and he'd always give you the dirtiest look with "There's no money or favors being exchanged here, is there?" And you're like, nope. As soon as you walk out of the office, he's handing you the money. Otherwise, like, in fact, I had a thing. You had to pay me before we went in the office. Um, CQ was butt, bump stock, AR-15 short barrel laser grip. Oh yeah, yeah, got to have the laser grip. I didn't say that. Oh, I'm getting old. I'm missing all the fun stuff. So yeah, man, dude, loved CQ. Um, but what do you on average? Like, you only get nailed with CQ like once every other month. You're pulling one day of CQ and that's it. Yeah. Should I do it? Uh oh, I don't know if there might be missing a comment there, Joseph. Yeah, Browning M2 mounted on a 80s Toyota pickup, bed full of ammo. Yeah, yeah, nothing like a Ma Deuce. Yeah, man, that's full technical, man. B&A, are you siding with the Somalis? That's something they'd be rolling with. Hey, isn't that like the number one Middle Eastern technical is a Toyota with some type of mount on the back? You buy stuff from Bud K Knives? No, I don't. I typically I go straight to the manufacturer when I buy a knife. Like mostly, I roll with Phobos knives or like Spartan blades or something. Predominantly Phobos knives right now. They're by far my favorite, and they're kind of like yeah, it's a part of the channel. But I go direct to the maker. I don't chance buying through like third party and stuff and getting a knockoff or something like that. I like to support the maker directly. So yeah, even when I bought my Spartan blades, I bought them directly from Spartan Blades. Same thing. All my Phobos knives are directly from Phobos knives. Um, yeah, it's Afghanistan terrorist trucks. It's more than Afghanistan, man. It's a whole Middle Eastern thing, and they run similar technicals in Africa and stuff like that. It's kind of like the world over is like a compact pickup truck with a some type of like 40 millimeter launcher or a mod do some type of machine gun or something. Taliban made. Yeah, aren't they special? That is absolutely outstanding. But yeah, we're doing awesome. So, hey, we're up to 6 channel members now. Once we get 4 more, we're gonna have a Saturday evening channel members only live chat, and we'll be able to get more into channel member benefits. In fact, I'm trying to put together a giveaway for when that happens. So yeah, I gotta order a couple things as soon as those things come in. Yeah, I'll have a giveaway organized. It's gonna be like a channel members giveaway for sure. As well as we're gonna have a smaller giveaway for um, regular stuff. But it's never in the title. I don't title the giveaways because there's a whole slew of people on the interwebs that just chase around giveaways. They could care less about what's going on with the channel, your channel, or anybody in the channel. They're just there for the freebie. So when there's a giveaway, I'll announce the channel members giveaways because you got to be a member to do it. So that's pretty simple. But as far as common giveaways go, regular live chats and stuff, I never advertise it. And a lot of the guys here, I'll just randomly like, okay, it's giveaway time. Who wants some stuff? And we've had a few giveaways here. So, no, I don't collect. I don't really collect anything to be honest. I actually, for the first time in my life, I got a bit of a knife collection going, but I don't collect anything, nothing at all. Um, Joel Medina sent bronze medal for 50 jewels. Thank you, Joel Medina. We definitely appreciate it, man. I love that the little emojis pop up on the screen here. I didn't know that until like it was going on for a while, and then I noticed. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. It was a hoot. Um, are my things going through? Joseph Henderson. No, I don't think they are, Joseph. Yeah, it just did now. Sent bronze medal for 50. Yeah, it just went through now. I don't know what else you were trying to send through, but I think there might have been a couple of text messages held or something because I was trying to make sense of what you were saying. Yeah, YouTube's been a little bit glitchy lately. Oh, that's the first time I did it. Okay. Koshals on the Afghan Kush. Yeah, that's one of the best things that's ever come out of Afghan, right? Mo Patty EDC Trish is in the live. Welcome. How are you doing? Good morning, sunshine. Always a pleasure to see you. I hope you're doing well. Oh, sorry, I missed your live yesterday. I had the notification on. I actually got the notification. But yeah, I was out shoveling snow and lost track of time. And yeah, sorry about that, Trish. Yeah, no, it's yeah. So yeah, Trish, how are things going in your world? Hopefully well, hopefully going yeah, hopefully things are going good for you. We're kind of yeah, we're having our thing here. And good times were had by all. No worries, they kept me hopping. Oh, it was a busy chat then. Yeah, those are good. Those are fun. They fly by. Like you'll be, I'm only doing a 2 hour live chat today, and then you get into conversation, and you look at the timer. You're like, you're at 3.5 hours. You're like, how'd that happen? But yeah, it is good to see you. So your live went well then. That's good. That's good. Um, yeah, Mrs. Bushcraft, she's been working crazy hours lately. Yeah, still. Uh, she actually has a couple days coming off again. Well, it was like not last weekend, the weekend before. So she had like 3 days off in a row, which was a blessing. She got some things done that she wanted to get done, and she got caught up on some much needed, much deserved rest. So I'm hating my job, redoing my resume. Oh yeah, that's oh I used to love my job. People hated me for it. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going back to work for a few months to finance my channel. Yeah, do a little sky jumping, even just rigging work would be fine with me. Yeah, the Middle East was like 80% of the world's opiates. Yeah, yeah, the Middle East is yeah, it's yeah, wasn't there a whole bunch of guys? I knew a couple of them, so I know it's 100% true. They're personal friends of mine. Yeah, they were guarding the poppy fields and stuff, and they're kind of like, this isn't why I joined the military. Like I didn't join the military to go, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's insane. I love what I do. The owners are less desirable. Yeah, and that's a curse I've had to deal with. Like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of not so smart people that paid me for jumping on airplanes. I would have done it for free. Um, but yeah, some of the people I worked for were just like, okay, this will, one and done. I'll do one season here, and I'll not be back. Um, I'd finish off the season. I'd finish off my contract because that can cause you a huge headache. Um, but yeah, some of the people I worked for, like, are you kidding me? Like, you get to do this. You own this. Like, you own a skydiving center, and this is how you conduct yourself in life. Like, shame on you. Like, why do we got to put up with that stuff? So yeah, I'm with you on that. Dennis White, you're retired. Congratulations, man. Yeah, me personally, retirement's not for me. You'll not like I'll work. I don't think I could retire. Like even if I wanted to retire, I had no plans of retiring. I planned on working up. Like I enjoyed what I did so much. My end game in skydiving was I wanted to become the DPRE for the FAA. It's the Designated Parachute Rigger Examiner. That was kind of like the final hat I wanted to wear in skydiving. But yeah, 2020 put me out of business, and I've been trying to figure it out ever since. When you jump out of airplanes for 27 years, it doesn't really matter what you put on your resume. They're gonna be like, "What does that have to do with working here?" Or I got the infamous, you're overqualified." Like okay, like like, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things I can do, but yeah, I got the you're overqualified or none of your job experience applies. It's like, but you said you were hiring entry level position, willing to train. So I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to take an entry level position. I understand that whether or not I can design and build a wingsuit and test jump it. I understand that has nothing to do with this business, but it should show my ability to like take on a task, accomplish complex tasks. Yeah, and I must have done something right. I'm still here. Lucky Dennis. I'd love to bankroll your channel. Yeah, yeah, that would be kind of tight, man. Yeah, this channel's pretty pricey. But yeah, I'm trying to build the channel off of doing the channel. Like I definitely appreciate the offer, Joseph. Um, but yeah, I do good morning work for manager, paywall general manager does not do crap. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, allocate out all the responsibilities to people that can do them. Meanwhile, the person with the responsibility takes on none of them. Yeah, Trish, I feel for you. But hey, we're here to support you through it. If you're ever having a tough day and you need to vent or something, um, most of us are Gen X, older, experienced guys. We're used to women yelling at us, and I'll sit there and shake and nod my head for you all day if you want, Trish. I'd be more than happy to hook you up. Um, how can you be overqualified for being a master in your craft? Doesn't make sense. Well, it does make sense. Like if you're going for a job that's not applicable, like I don't know, like becoming a salesman at a car dealership has nothing to do with jumping out of airplanes, allegedly, or even stocking shelves third shift at a box store. You're overqualified. Typically, they just figure that you're taking the job temporarily in between, and you're going to leave as soon as something better comes along. Which honestly is 110% true. They're spot on. Like if I took some random job someplace and some drop zone called me up and said, "Hey, Rigger Tom, you want to come down and run the rigging loft for us and run the packing mat and do some jumps, pitch some drogues?" Yeah, guess who would not be stocking shelves anymore? This guy. I would be like, yeah, I would go back to it in a heartbeat. As far as standard jobs go, but I've toyed with it with YouTube. Like, would I continue doing YouTube or would I go back to skydiving? And honestly, as of now, I'm more along the lines of I think I would keep doing YouTube if I can. I've got some cool things planned for YouTube. I don't have a time frame yet. It's just economically not viable because yeah, that and I won't drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah, definitely not. Alligator doesn't know how to do what I do. That's the part that has me wanting to move. Unfortunately, the GM are family, and they are about family, not business. Yeah, that definitely complicates it. Oh, Skin and Bones, thanks. Yeah, that's the Scout LT2 by Simple Shot in OD and black. I don't have bands on it right now, but yeah, I absolutely love this slingshot. It's my favorite one by far. In fact, I enjoy this one so much. I'm gonna eventually get the pro model, which is this one is like a polymer or whatever. It's a super plastic, I don't know what it's called. But yeah, super plastic. It's pretty rugged. It is rugged. But they've got a CNC milled aluminum one that I want to get, and I'm gonna send that on down to Burkle Cerakote with a few other things because we're gonna match up some gear, have some fun. Yeah, we'll be out shooting it for sure. I'm not going outside today or anytime soon for that matter. Yeah, it's currently 0 degrees up here in New Hampshire, and I've got the equivalent to an erector set in my body. I've got a few plates and screws. I got a titanium rod in my left femur, and a few other metal bits and pieces here and there as a side effect of less than desirable landings. So now when it's 0 degrees out, I go out there for 3-4 hours to shovel, and yeah, I feel it for the next 8 to 10 hours. So yeah, it's not that I don't mind doing it. Plus the bands and stuff don't work the same in freezing temperatures. But yeah, we'll be doing some plinking away with a little luck. Maybe we'll do a little hunting with it. Um, yeah, have you thought about adding Twitch to the live streams? Yeah, part of the problem is I'm still trying to figure out YouTube. I'm what you would call, a Gen X tech tard. Like I can work with technology. I'm not the most friendly, and it's kind of like a side effect of my occupation because um, there's a lot going on in the rigging loft as a master rigger, and there's certain things that you like. Only people that are rated, that have their FAA rating, can get the work done. So it just made more sense rather than pulling me aside 4 or 5 hours a day, doing emails and dealing with websites and all that other stuff. They always hired somebody as a PA for me, so that I could do the stuff you have to be rated for, and then the PA would do this the I guess secretary work, whatever. But yeah, typically she did everything. Yeah, she would do my groceries, go to like pick up my laundry, drop it off. Yeah, do whatever personal things I needed as well. Anything to keep me working. Yeah, because there's a shortage of parachute riggers in the country. Or there used to be. There used to be until 2020, and then like a third of all skydive centers in the country went out of business. We used to have a little like between 320 to 350 skydive centers in the United States, and at about 2022 we were down to about 200. So what little surplus of workers there were or jobs there were are now all gone. So and that yeah, it's supply and demand, all that bad stuff. Yeah, it's time to start terminating speeds and planting my garden for the year. Oh, germinating speeds. Okay, yeah, germinating seeds. Yeah, I would love to get a garden going. We just don't have the space here. That would yeah, I would love to have a good garden going with some of the basics, and then a nice chicken coop going. Um, we're looking for someplace else. We've been looking for a while. We definitely want to move someplace where we've got land. We can do all that stuff. So I might end up doing like some homesteading and stuff on the channel as well, depending on how that goes. But is there sharpening in that kit that you recommend? Tim, for basic everyday sharpening common stuff, I go with a Lansky. They're like tried and true. They've been around for decades. I've been using a Lansky sharpening system for over 30 years. I used to use just a standard stone one, but when I got into the CPMs and the super steels, I switched over to the Lansky diamond deal, and I've never had a problem. I can get my knives razor sharp with that. Um, well, if you need help with that, let me know, sir. Yeah, Joseph. If you know some stuff or something that I don't, yeah, shoot me an email. My email is on the channel page. Yeah, I would definitely appreciate some help with that. What's go? Who's going jumping out of a perfect airplane? Oh, I think about 1.3 million people a year go jumping out of a perfect airplane. And based on my experience, it doesn't matter how good the airplane is if the pilot's a drunk. So yeah, and I know I can land my parachute. I'm not too sure about the pilot. So yeah. And you haven't seen too many jump planes, man. Some of them got more duct tape than yeah, it's funny. Timberite, I think he uses a Lansky, yeah. Hey, I just noticed I have a wrench. Yeah, yeah, Trish, you've had one for a few weeks now. Yeah, you have. So yeah, Trish, if you want to drop your link or something, like, yeah, feel free. Oh, Tim, you're welcome. You're absolutely welcome, man. Ceramic rod and a strop will keep you sharp. Yeah, I don't even. I'm short the ceramic rod. I don't. I've never really gotten into ceramic rods, but I definitely. Yeah, stropping is a thing. I love stropping. It's pleasant. It really is. Um, the new Slim Bucks with a clipper cool. Yeah, best buck knife with recommendation. Yeah, yeah, like what Pat said, the Slim Buck with a clipper cool. Why I'm not that observant. Yeah, Trish, you missed it. It's okay. It's all right. We're hey, it happens to the best of us. And that's all. It's not even a wrench anymore. It's a shield. Or do you have a wrench? It comes up on my end as a shield. A couple of people have mentioned that. Like, why is it a shield now instead of a wrench? Maybe there's too many dodgeball jokes going around. Have you ever jumped out of a piston pounder like a DC-47? I've jumped out of a DC-3. Probably one of the coolest things I've ever jumped out of was a B-17. One of the air show B-17s was going around, and they would let jumpers jump. And it was at Skydive Pepperell. They used to do it back in yeah, like late 90s for sure, early 2000s. But it was $450 a jump, and they would open the bomb bay doors, and you got to do like what everybody's afraid of is right through. And I did two jumps. I got two jumps out of a B-17, which is cool. I think runner up to that, the next coolest jump is out of a pit special. A pit special is an aerobatic biplane, and it was a good time because not only did you get to jump out, well, you fell out of it. You didn't jump. That was the interesting part. But the pilot would do some aerobatics on the way to altitude. It'd bring you up to like 10,000 feet. And then he'd let you know. And on the front wing, there's two handles. So you would reach up, grab the handles. And as soon as the pilot saw you were ready, he'd invert the plane. He'd roll it over upside down. you would have your seatbelt off, and this is a open cockpit pilot's worst nightmare. Is to be inverted with no seatbelt, but you're doing it on purpose for fun. So yeah, you'd have your seatbelt off, he'd roll over, invert. You're holding on, and you would flip over, and the wind from the forward movement. Now you're hanging off of there. You're like flapping in the wind. Boop, 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 boop. You hang on for a few seconds, and then you let go. Yeah, I did that. Those jumps. That was down in Clewiston, Florida, and the pilot. He was from Lower Sugarloaf Key, the Lower Sugarloaf Airport in the Florida Keys. He came up for that. And the crazy thing is, he was like a few months later, he was ferrying an airplane like from one airport to the other for service, and something happened. He ended up going down in the ocean, and like world class pilot, nobody knows what happens, and in the drink, never to be found. Oh, Pat, I should report that. It doesn't. Well, who is that person? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you can show knives on YouTube. It's the pew pews you can't show your tool. Um, we have the power. Um, but yeah, I can't. I'd have to sit down and figure out how many different aircraft I've ever jumped out of. I got a bunch of jumps out of it, like a classic Huey, like a Vietnam style Huey. There was a pilot in Palatka, Florida, and it's where Blackout Coffee is now too. Yeah, Palatka, Florida, and yeah, they used an old Vietnam style Huey, and for uh, oh, what is it, like dusting for mosquitoes, like spraying for mosquitoes, and they were doing a bunch of maintenance, and they had to do some test flights, and they were right next to us on the airport there, and they just asked us like random. We had nothing going on, no work at the time, and they're like, "Hey, you guys, we got to do a couple test flights. You guys want to jump?" And we're like, "Yeah, you don't have to ask us twice." So yeah, they were doing test flights, and we were doing free jumps out of a Huey. Cannon made it. What's happening? Sleeping in on a Sunday, brother? Nothing wrong with that. Good morning, Cannon. Welcome to the chat. Would also like to welcome Mojo to the chat as well. Mojo, how you doing, you little barking cat? Ruff, 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 ruff. I was in prison in Palatka, Florida, Putnam Correctional Facility. Um, yeah, I was there skydiving, man. Most places I've been, I went there skydiving. So that was weird. The stream paused 3 times on my end. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we've. Yeah, it's the YouTube, the interwebs works in mysterious ways. Like, yeah, I think it's been glitching a lot lately. It's not a one and done kind of thing. Yeah, there's been tons and tons of glitches. I've had stuff where I would make a comment, and it would hold the comment, and then like 30 seconds later it would pop up behind like a whole bunch of other comments. Um, what's in Pensacola a few times, but was there for schooling. Yeah, for the Marine Corps, or yeah, nice, nice. What an idiot. Oh, Joseph, you have old planes? I like old planes, man. I think old planes are awesome. I think it's fascinating too that in the aviation industry, people won't hesitate to buy a 40-year-old, 50-year-old airplane and like fly it on the regular. Where like the automobile people, they're like, 4 years and they need a new one. 10 years and it's an antique. Um, you ever jumped out of a Chinook? No, I haven't jumped out of a Chinook. In fact, I know the guy that owns the only civilian owned Chinook in the world. He's a friend of mine. But yeah, the problem is keeping it maintained and finding pilots that can actually fly it. So yeah, he bought a Chinook, and most of the time we just looked at it. I would the number one thing I would love to jump out of, and I never got a chance. It's well past my time. Is an osprey. Like the climb rates on those things are just absolutely insane. Newhouse Lock and Key, welcome to the chat, brother. How you doing? Always a pleasure to see you. How are you doing this fine morning? Moped, a Chinook is it's the helicopter that has two rotors. It doesn't. Well, yeah, it's got two rotors. Yeah, one front and one back. They're big aircraft. You can sit like, man, like you can load up like 40 jar heads on that. Not a problem. Yeah, it's a big helicopter. Yeah, front and rear rotors. Yeah, P-51 and P-38, my favorite plane. B-17 Fortress for the bigger boys. Yeah, man. Oh, I bought an RTF P-51 Mustang. I was working at Skydiving, New England, in Lebanon, Maine, and it was like the hobby to do there. Everybody, it was a big private airport, and so I bought the RTF, and my buddy had a trainer controller connected to mine. I was just about like it was my first RC airplane. I've been doing RC cars since I was like 10. But yeah, we got it. We pre-warmed up everything. We broke in the engine, all that stuff like that, and went on its maiden flight. We got it up maybe like 100 feet, and it just, I went to go like turn it left to bring it back around to the field, and it just kept going. It just into the wild of Maine, somewhere in the woods. I lost a P-51 Mustang RC. Oh yeah, yeah. Have a blessed day as well there. Oh, I'm doing Newhouse. I'm doing awesome, man. I'm busy. I'm kind of a little sleep deprived, but hey, it's all worth it in the long run. We're making progress. Picture a green bus with rotors on the front and back. Yeah, there we go. That's a good example, Newhouse. Yeah, picture a green bus with yeah. Sent 6-7 for 67 jewels. Hey, thanks for the jewels, my man. We definitely appreciate it. All right on zero. Yeah, it's a two rotor Huey. Yeah, that's a good way to go. I've repelled out of an osprey, and it's also a frog. It's yeah, just getting caught up on the comments here, guys. We got a whole bunch going on. Want to make sure I don't miss anybody. I knew that those are wild. Yeah, they are. Yeah, Chinooks are something special. But yeah, the only civilian owned Chinook is owned by a guy in Tampa, Florida. And I still wonder if he's gotten that thing, if it's gotten flown a bunch or whatever. But I'd imagine it's got to be hard to find pilots for it. You just basically it's 100% veteran pilots. I was up late watching SE Lock and Key live. They had two ladies fighting and crashed through their shop window at 11 last night. P-51 RC Horizon Hobby makes a great one and has gyro. I think it's made by FMS. Yeah. Oh, Ryan's out of here. Yeah, Ryan, thanks for hanging out. Good seeing you in the chat. Have an awesome day, and yeah, be safe out there for sure. But yeah, I think the most common aircraft I ever jumped from was it's a twin engine. It's a Super Otter, probably the most common turbine engine jump plane there is. It's pretty nice. You can get like 21, 22 jumpers up to about 14,000 feet, usually 16 to 18 minutes on average. So, oh, bike time, like motorbike or push bike, like pedal bike or like both are. I like both, to be honest. The only reason why I'm not really into motorcycles a lot is I have a poor concept of speed. I'm an irresponsible driver, and I always like sped excessively. So I really shouldn't be. I mean, I know motorcycle guys drive fast, but I definitely had a problem with it. So, any suggestions for a knife for being in the military? Oh, Joseph, man, this one right here, the Tier 1 BC. I think this has got to be one of the most rounded knives ever made by Eric Hansen. So the guy he was active duty for 22 years, 18 Delta, Special Forces medic, and now he's the owner and designer and everything of Phobos knives for operators by operators. This thing, honestly, I think it's the most rounded. You could use it for anything. You could call it a field utility knife. You could call it a survival knife. You could call it a bushcraft knife. You could use it for hunting. And it's a knife, man. You could use it in a self defense type scenario. It's obvious, yeah. It's full tang. It's magna cut, so the edge retention on it's going to be great. It's got the bow drill divot already there, so if you do have to build a friction fire, major component already out of the way, you just got to do your spindle, your bow, and your base. It's got this sweet ferro rod notch, which this is one of my. I know it's kind of like a small feature, but it's a cool feature to me. And I like to show people this. Like normally, you've got like a 90-degree spine that's sharpened, which this isn't. But you get this. You can see the minimal amount of contact surface that you get. It'll still throw sparks, but not as good as the amount of surface contact you get with this notch. It grossly increases the contact area, and it turns this thing into like a beast. At some point, I've done hundreds of fires in here, like on this tabletop. And when I got to get some plastic drops and stuff because the cleanup afterwards is just horrendous. It took me like days to clean up after I was done. I realized like I don't remember the paint being quite this dark. It's like it got pretty bad in here. Fat tire I ride all year. Last year I rode every day all winter. Oh, that's awesome, man. You gotta. Oh, I've ridden a fat tire bike a couple times. Man, they are absolutely awesome. It's a different kind of ride. It's really fun. Yeah, kudos to that. If I'm stuck in New Hampshire eventually, I'm gonna get a fat tire bike as well. Like I figure the average person will like what's the average person spending their car here? Like you don't have to answer, but realistically, like it's somewhere between $25,000 and $50,000. Negating buying an automobile allows me to like really I could purchase any bikes I want to. Like I could have a winter bike, I could have a road bike, I could have a mountain bike. I'm even thinking about an e-bike, although I kind of cringe when I think about it. But yeah, I'll look into it. Yeah. Yeah, check it out. Check out phobosKnives.com. Send him an email. He'll give you a military discount. Stuff like that. Tell him Bushcraft Rebooted sent you, man, and he'll take good care of you. I promise you that much. Yeah, Eric Hansen is a very squared away guy. Yeah, he's a man of his word. So yeah, I'm trying to get TikTok to send me an e-scooter. I just got offered an e-bike somewhere. I don't know what happened to the email though. I think it was just like, oh, I don't think it was something I would ride. I think that's what it is. Yeah, I got offered an e-bike recently, but I was like, no, I don't. That's not like it's just not my style. Like I don't care if it's free or not. Like I'm not gonna ride it just because it's free. Um, I have standards, man. I'm gonna adhere to my standards. The e-bike I'm looking into is the Rambo Dominator. It actually comes in multicam. It's a fat tire e-bike designed specifically for like off-road hunting, adventure, that kind of stuff. But dude, it comes in multicam. Like that's absolutely sweet. Yeah, yeah. Be careful with stuff. Yeah, and that's the other reason why I didn't want to get into a cheap e-bike because cheap e-bikes come with cheap batteries, and those batteries go up. Yeah, yeah they're not healthy. There's a lot of places now in different states, different whatever. But if you're renting, they won't like you can't have an e-bike on the property or the scooters. Like the low end ones have cheap batteries, and those are the batteries that fail. So I'm too poor for standards. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm gonna totally agree with you, Newhouse. But in this case, it's a safety hazard. Like, yeah, you can't go too low end on the e-bikes. It's the batteries that are a problem. Kane Miranda lost my phone in the snow yesterday. That'll make you want to move to someplace with palm trees. Um, that's got to be a grand time. But yeah, Kane Miranda, welcome to the chat. How are you doing this fine morning? It's another day in paradise here. We're living the dream. One live chat, one short, one whatever at a time. We're moving forward. Always a pleasure. What else have we got going on? And yeah, that's why I refuse to get my kids a hot hoverboard. Yeah, those are yeah, everything with those batteries now. Remember back it was a few years ago, I don't know, more than a few years ago, maybe like 8 or 10 years ago, but Samsung had that problem where like people's phones were just bursting into flames in their pockets. Um yeah, when those lithium ion batteries go off, they go off and there's really no putting them out. It's crazy. I guess the fire departments they train, they stop it from spreading to other stuff, but they just kind of when it's like an e-car going up, it kind of burns until it's done. Being a 90 Fox in the army, I work with batteries and I've seen nothing but bad with. Yeah, 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 exactly. Yeah, that's exactly. And that's the kind of offer I got. It was like like a 900 or $1,200. They had a couple different models, but they were all like I'm like a good battery costs that much. Like if you've got a quality e-bike, a good battery is going to be like $900 to $1,500 based on my research. But yeah, the e-bike that I am looking at, it's sweet. It's the Rambo Dominator. Sweet bike. They have another one that's like dual hub. It's like 3,000 watts of motors or something, and that's called the Rambo Megatron. It's specific. Yeah, it's yeah. The Rambo bikes, they're high end, but you're talking like $4,000 to $7,000 for the bike setup. And then, like I said, depending on what battery you buy, whether it's like 10, 20, 30 watt hour, it's anywhere from like 800 to $1,500. Yeah, my RC car battery always gets charged on a metal surface. Yeah, that's smooth thinking. I had those bags, it's like a black bag. Um, you put the battery and the charger in there, so it does go up. It's kind of contained. Oh, got the cat going. The cat. Dave James was in here the other night, getting on me about the cat, and he's like, "That cat lives rent free in your house." I mean, he's like, "No, well," he said, "The cat's living rent free in your head," and I'm like, "No, the loser's living rent free in my house. Like that cat contributes nothing." But but I guess the cat keeps Mrs. Bushcraft happy, so it gets to hang on to a few more of its lives. I tore apart a few of the e-bikes and scooters, and the way they wire them makes me shudder. Yeah, it's just slapped together. It's almost like they're doing it on purpose, right? Like they know it's a high hazard type thing, but yet they're doing it anyhow. It's absolutely insane that they can get away with that, but it is what it is, right? Yeah, that's good to know, like firsthand knowledge. Yeah, because it's kind of easy to just be like, oh yeah, I'll take a free e-bike. But yeah, when you know it's just trash, there's no point. Like it could do more harm than good. So I mean, like we have insurance and everything, but some things you can't replace. So oh, you messaged me the name here. Cut Carrie, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? So all the new people up in here, anybody got anything exciting planned for today? I think most people are planning on staying indoors and staying warm. The weather is not exactly favorable at this point for a lot of people. So, but yeah, that is the plan. Anybody getting live chats? Any of the channel people got live chats today? I know. Yeah, for those of you interested, Mo Patty's been running her lives Saturday mornings at 10:30 Eastern. So if you're interested in checking out her live, she's got a sweet knife collection, a very diversified knife collection. She's got quite a few pieces in there. I do say I want to Buy my kids a mini bike. Yeah, oh, a good old fashioned like 50cc motor, right? Like a good motorbike, a 50cc. Those that'll be good times for everybody. Or yeah, wait until they're a teenager, like 14 or 15, and get them a moped. Um, yeah, cleaning up the dog yard since the snow melted, sweeping, mopping, and vacuuming. Yeah, so Mo Patty's going to be doing some life maintenance today, getting some chores done. Yeah, those 50C bikes, man. I've had some good times on them as an adult. We had one of the jumpers at Skydiving Pepperell in Mass. He had a couple of them, and yeah, would get to drinking, and yeah, it was bad. Bunch of Gen Xers with an unlimited supply of beer, a couple of 50cc bikes, a big bonfire, some plywood. We managed to find some bricks and everything. Yeah, we were jumping those things over the fire, racing them up and down the runway, and the part we got in the most trouble for. It wasn't a motorcycle. It was anybody remember big wheels? The little trikes, the big wheels. Well, during the day, there was a lot of kids that hung out at the drop zone, like kids, jumpers and stuff like that. We had a sorority coming through there from Daniel Webster College. This is back. They're closed down now. But we had a sorority from Daniel Webster College come down. And a couple beers later, a little bit of fun. And we convinced them to do naked big wheel races down the runway. I'm not sure how it happened. I don't know who planned it. I didn't object to it. But yeah, we had this sorority doing naked big wheel races down the runway at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, guess who was in the DZO's office again the next morning? Like, what happened last night? I'm like, I don't know. Um, but yeah, and good times were had by all. Nobody was harmed. So here we go again. K&M knives. Uh, my son is big into engines. Yeah, I was the opposite. I was like not into engines. I kind of my father was a serious car guy. I was not. I've just never been into cars, never into motors. Like I value people's expertise, and I understand how many hours it takes to know what it is you're doing. So rather than getting into motors and all that stuff, I'm like I'm gonna help keep mechanics employed. Find yourself a good motorcycle mechanic, find yourself a good truck mechanic, and help support the local economy. So I was not into I was into my automobiles when I owned them. I've owned some cool ones. I had a nice Tacoma I used for overlanding. When I was young and dumb, I bought a Corvette. Yeah, I drove a 1993 Corvette. I had a Suzuki Gixxer, and then I also had a Chevette because it was economical. Um, and but it was good times. I just never got that into it. I ended up I gave away the Chevette. I sold the truck. I ended up getting an insurance deal. Somebody basically like robbed my car piece by piece, my Corvette. So I ended up they ended up totaling it because it was on blocks. The steering wheel was gone. All sorts of parts were torn off of it. And yeah, so that ended up being a complete loss, and I just kind of took the check. I didn't replace it, but yeah, did I miss somebody? Um, yeah, what else have we got going on? Not too much. Yeah, we're just trying to put together some content, put together the rest of gear so we can do some outdoor videos. I'm looking forward to that. I got the cabin fever like there's no tomorrow. Anybody else like I could use a solid weekend outdoors. Hollywood Jules, good morning from Miami, Florida. Can you please open the big knife on the rugby cowboy? I is that what? Huh? Heads up here in Utah, we're gonna get a lot of bad weather, which means it's gonna swing your way, brother. Yeah, we'll get in a day or two, right? Yeah, it seems like yeah, I do a bunch of shoveling and then I recover from it, and then it's time to do a bunch more shoveling. I need the exercise anyhow. But yeah, that 2 feet of snow was just a smidge. That was a couple pounds on the bar I didn't need, if you know what I mean. Can you please open the big knife on the this is the knife, or is your screen backwards? There's no, this is open. I don't understand what you're saying, my man. Do you own collect any weapons as well, or just outdoor stuff? Yeah, mostly just outdoor stuff. I wouldn't mind collecting some older weapons. Some medieval stuff. Yeah, maybe a sword and stuff like that would be cool. But I'm not much of a collector of anything. Oh, the saw. Yeah, this is a the saw. Okay, that's why I was like knife. Yeah, this is a Silky Gomboy Kuro, 240 millimeter. It's a limited edition version. This is number 2039 out of 9400. It's got a black oxide finish, and it's got like a almost like a carbon type material for a scale. Yeah, it's part of their Outback collection. It's their 40th anniversary version of the Gomboy 240 Outback. Yeah, Hollywood Jewels. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Hollywood Jewels. Sorry about that. That's why I was like knife. Yeah, it's a saw. It's a silky saw. But yeah, 8 teeth per inch. It's still got the laser hardened. It's basically the Gomboy Outback 240 with a couple changes. The finish is changed to black oxide, and the scale material is different. But I like it. The handle material, it's kind of like a carbon fiber texture to it. So even though it looks smooth, it's got a great grip to it. Yeah, you could use it. Yeah, smaller trees. The general rule is like whatever diameter material you're cutting, it shouldn't exceed 50% of the blade length. So the blade length on this is like 9.5 inches. So realistically, you could cut stuff up to about 4 to 5 inches in diameter, which is more than adequate for any type of quick shelter or anything like that. If you're gonna build like some super duper YouTube bushcraft chair, it's definitely the tool to use. I'd bring like a Scotch-eyed auger with you as well, but the commercials went downhill. Oh, what are they? Are they showing you trash commercials? Hollywood Jewels, it should cut bone as well. You could always get a different blade, like a more specific blade for cutting bone. Yeah, if you're using it for hunting, most definitely. I saw all the good sports already in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, B&A, that's before, everything was rigged. Like I said, now you can basically count on it. Anything that has tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in line, or on the line, yeah, there's going to be some corrupt stuff going on. You can guarantee it. Yeah, that's just the way that stuff works. Yeah, why watch something you could go, and that's new house. That's a great way of putting it, because you can. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm doing fine. Um, yeah, we call it Japan saw over here. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it is. Silky saws are from Japan, most definitely. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm kind of. I've stopped buying anything in the middle. Like, yeah, only upper class gear for me from now on. Like, buy once, cry once, quality over quantity. I'd rather enjoy it that way. I've had the best of luck with better quality tools. So, that is this is a Simple Shot Scout LT2 slingshot. I don't have the bands on it right now. But yeah, it's a slingshot, modern flat band style slingshot. Big fun at minimum. If you get good at it, you can use it for hunting small game, squirrels, rabbit, pheasant, quail, things like that. Yeah, quality over quantity. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they make a great slingshot. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm gonna upgrade it. This is like their basic model. It's like whatever fancy polymer plastic, but they make a CNC milled aluminum one that I plan on getting. Um, Kane Miranda with the cat emoji. Oh, the cats are always after me. Um, the Mrs. Bushcraft cats. What a hoot that thing is. Um, he does. He still hates me. He lives here rent free. Doesn't contribute anything. Damn cat. I like the idea of slingshot, but I'm better with a blowgun. Yeah, new house. We've talked about the blowgun, and the blowgun gets way more ninja points than a slingshot. Like, yeah, a blowgun, a samurai sword, some nunchucks, some shuriken. Yeah, we're ready for the for the zombie apocalypse. I'm from Russia. My father used to make those handmade slingshots for me when I was a little. Yeah, they're still common to make. I know a bunch of guys that make them. In fact, if you check out the Smo Show, Jordan Smothers, he makes a lot of that stuff. Um, Dave James is in the house. Meow 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 meow. Silly cats. Um, Cannon's barking cat's probably going crazy right now. What's going on? Um, it might look cooler, but a slingshot is harder to aim. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a problem aiming a slingshot. I've got quite a few years of archery, so a lot of the same concepts apply. Like as far as like anchor point and stuff like that. So for me, it was an easy transition. I picked it up real quick. So that in my mind makes a slingshot cooler. Yeah, it's without a doubt. It's an active hunting tool. In fact, it's going to become part of my kit permanently. The milled one. And if you were to throw like a dozen small snares with this, some small wire snares in a kit, with a 100 or 200 shots of 3 ace, yeah, you've got with the snares, you would have your passive hunting, so you could set up your snares in one area, do your active hunting in another area, and increase your odds of getting something for dinner. The same with the fishing, like the hobo fishing reel concept. This is a yo-yito reel, like modeled off the Cuban yo-yo reel, and this is made right down in Florida, right by Ocala, right by the Ocala National Forest is where this place is out of. But it's a CNC milled aluminum reel. You can see how the edge here is like flares out. That's the direction you cast in, so it helps unspool real nice. And you just like do a lasso and toss it out. It winds real nicely, and yeah, this comes right out of Florida. So this would be your active fishing, and you could get like some yo-yo fishing reels or some of the military survival hook setters or something like that. You could half a dozen or dozen of those. Then once again, now you've got like a dozen or so passive fishing spots, and then you could work another spot actively and increase your odds of catching fish and not being hungry. So between the hunting and the fishing, yeah, you could set up both your passive, your wire snares, and then your fishing traps, and then you could either hunt or fish actively, whichever you want to do. I have some, yeah, yes, the spring loaded fishing traps. They've got like the military wire ones that like bend down, and when the fish bites on it, it'll like pop open, and that's how it sets the hook. Um, the blowgun reminds me of Ace Ventura. Yeah. Oh, I miss. I don't think I saw that Ace Ventura one. There's a few of them, isn't there? Yeah. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, those are exactly the ones I have. Yeah, yeah. Those are really effective. They were passed out in like multiple types of like pilot survival kits, military survival kits, and stuff like that. They're highly effective. I think the price has gone up on them ridiculously, but I think they're still available and they're reasonably, the second one. which is or yeah, I have a friend in Florida. He's 3 times older than me. His name is Rick. He fishes on a kayak next to my house. You guys sound identical. He is always catching uh, from smoking too. Yeah, no, I definitely don't have that problem, man. I definitely don't smoke too much of the reefer. That's for sure. But yeah, I've done my fair share of fishing down in Florida, down in the Keys, some different spots in Florida. Like you haven't fished in Florida until a gator's grabbed your catch. Like yeah, you get a good sized bass like 10 feet from shore or something, and then out of nowhere, just a gator comes through, whomp. Like oh come on, man, I almost had that one. Didn't matter. You're just gonna throw it back in anyhow. But it's just the point. Like yeah, like there's nothing like fishing and having a gator steal your catch. Anybody else had that happen to them or? Yeah, 7 people just were lost at sea that last week. Oh, really? Seven? Where at? Like down in Florida? I guess I reckon it's easy to get lost at sea. It doesn't seem all that difficult. Seems to happen like really frequently. Oh, a fishing boat off a mast? Yeah. Oh, there's the perfect storm, right? That was that had Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch in it. No, just Marky Mark. Yeah, Mark Wahlberg was in that show, The Perfect Storm. Yeah, fishing boat went up. What was it? Worcester? No, not Worcester. Lancaster or something. But yeah, off of a Gloucester, Mass. Yeah, and they don't even know what happened to the boat. They just kind of disappeared. I guess the ending of the movie isn't exactly how it went down. They don't really know how it happened. They just kind of made it up at the end. But they know, yeah, they went out. Big storm took them out. That's a crazy job. Like out, like that rough weather fishing. Like I don't mind fishing down in the Keys and stuff, but yeah, if there's a storm or brewing or something, you're not going to catch me off the coast of Massachusetts or New Hampshire or Maine or yeah, those waters get insane out there. Like even in the summer, it can get nasty. I went out to the Isle of Shoals a couple times, scuba diving, and man, we were going out there in the boat, and I'm like, "Are you sure we should be scuba diving in this? This doesn't didn't seem safe to me." But yeah, it's once you're underwater, it all seems the same. I was reeling in a striped bass and had a lemon shark take it. Yeah, yeah, Kane Miranda, not for me exactly. Yeah, Lake Erie gets pretty bad also. Yeah, Lake Erie gets insane. Like yeah, they have huge waves out there. Definitely small craft advisories, all that good stuff. Um, yeah, even yeah, New York, we were out like they had some crazy weather going through there, and we were close to. I was in East Morches. Morches Bay is right there, and we went out there, and man, the waves were just crazy. Even within the area. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. So yeah, what else we got going on? So we got some more lives coming up this week. I'm definitely gonna do one Wednesday night. I haven't decided what time. I'll put it up early enough though. I'll try to put a decent notification out. I've found that sometimes when I preset up the lives, for some reason they get deleted. I'm sure it's operator error. I'm not even gonna blame that one on YouTube. But I'll set it up and then I'll go to do something else and I'll try to back out of the live that's set up and it ends up deleting it or something. So there's got to be I got to push a different button or something. I'll try a different button this week. But yeah, most definitely there'll be a live Wednesday, of course, Friday night at 8, Sunday morning at 7. We might even run a couple little extras. Zoe the cat, hey, new Zoe the cat's one of the new channel members here on the channel. Welcome, Zoe the cat. How are you doing this fine morning? Hopefully life is treating you well. Yeah, we've been talking about gear and airplanes and helicopters and swords and blowguns and shuriken and well, you guys know the deal. I grew up right on Revere Beach. I'm definitely an ocean boy. Yeah, we only had we've got Hampton Beach here in New Hampshire. As was about 45 minutes or an hour from where I grew up. And yeah, my parents we'd go down and get like a beach house for a week, like the last week of summer vacation. Yeah, it's a good time. I enjoy the fishing and everything, but yeah, I'm more like I'd prefer the forest and a lake over the ocean. I don't know why. I've seen some pretty crazy stuff in the ocean, so and the craziest stories come from the ocean. The worst boat accidents, yeah, people like yeah, just people fishing and getting lost. Rogue waves, that's a thing now. Like yeah, like we need more of that. Um, but what could possibly go wrong? So anybody wow, the magnet's sticking there. We know this stuff's real metal. So anybody new to the chat, you want to share your carry? Like, what's everybody carrying today? What's your favorite folder, multi-tool? What are you stuffing your pockets with today? Or some people I know Sunday it's lounge pants day. Forget all that junk pulling my trousers down. I'm gonna do lounge pants all day. Because there are no sharks in the woods. But no, there's no sharks in the woods, but there's some bears. Depending on where you go, there's mountain lions, bobcats, other things that want to mess your day up. But above all, there could be other crazy humans out there. Like anybody hear the horror stories of the Appalachian Trail? Like all the mysteries, Appalachia, the Appalachian Mountains. Don't whistle while you're hiking or something. It attracts the feral humans. Um, want the conservative answer, the truth. Newhouse, of course I want the truth, my man. Spyderco Endura I modded. Nice, Kane Miranda. Yeah, a modded Spyderco Endura. That sounds. Yeah, I'll have to check that out at some point. What is a durable, affordable pocket knife to complement a pistol side by side? Um, define affordable. Yeah, everybody's got a different budget. That's going to be the hugest, like, biggest determining factor. Got to run later, guys. All right, BNA, thanks for hanging out, man. Always a pleasure. Have an awesome day. I'm sure I'll talk to you sooner than later. Take care, my friend. I'm only in Long John, so no carry yet. Still sitting in my bed. Yeah, new house. Nothing wrong with that, man. Hey, you work all week. Spend your weekend how you want to. And in this kind of weather, that's not a bad plan. We get an electric blanket, so it makes that even more entertaining. Freaking Bigfoot, yeah, Cannon, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Yeti. Like, yeah, you got to be careful for that. They're on land. Cannon, you missed it. We went down the conspiracy road thing earlier. We were talking about flat Earth and stuff. And, like a sane, logical, rational person is going to think like flat Earth. Okay, we know better. But then like the flat Earth thing is put in the conspiracy category, like conspiracy theory category. And then you're like, wow, over the past like 6 years, the conspiracy theorists have been right like 100% of the time. So maybe they're it's a possibility they could be right about flat Earth. I'm just saying I don't believe in it, but with the number of conspiracy theorists that have been right, you got to entertain the thought a little bit just for entertainment value. Um, yeah, Sig has a knife collab. With Hogue being yeah hustle. So yes, so who has Sig and Hogue have a collab, a knife collab? The Earth isn't round; it's square. Yeah, Zoe the cat, I'll rock with that. It can be square. It can be some other weird shape too. Who knows, really, right? But yeah, I was just saying because yeah, there's been so many conspiracy theorists that end up like they're like, no, you're a crazy conspiracy theorist, and then like 6 months later, it's like, no, really, I told you so. So yeah, I'm waiting for the flat earthers to like somehow prove their thing, and then we'll have to sit here going like, oh, I should have listened. Yours isn't rounded square. I carry a Glock 43X. Might just put a bayonet on it. You carry? Yeah, I mean, if you want to rock with the bayonet, why not, right? Like a construction square. Yeah, I guess why not? Everybody else is carrying whatever they want. Yeah, carry a bayonet. Why not? I used to own a couple of bayonets back in the day, and then I wasn't overly entertained by them anymore. Yeah, like I thought, what was it, the M9 bayonet when that came out? Like I had the old Vietnam era style bayonet, and then they came out with I believe it was the M9 bayonet, and that was like super cool. That was like bayonet meets modern whatever. I was totally into it, but then yeah, they're just not all that great of a knife. Taping OTF on the slide. Yeah, there you go, Kane Miranda. Right, and if you set the spring just right, yeah, you can squeeze off around the slide activating could trigger the OTF. So yeah, if you miss with that round, you got the OTF bayonet. That's actually kind of genius. It's a cube, six-sided. I don't know. I kind of refuse to believe the flat Earth thing, kind of like I refuse to believe we've ever went to the moon, but that's just me. Oh yeah, the moon controversy. Did we really go or not? Why would you hire a top end Hollywood actor? Like they had the set and everything. Oh yeah, did we go to the moon or not? And then NASA, like, we can't go back to the moon because we lost all the information. How do you just lose all the information? That's all, taxpayer supported. So taxpayers paid for all this technology, all this research to be done. And then somehow they just, we lost the technologies to go back to the moon. And it's too expensive to figure it out again. Like, come on now. That's the part that, like, you got to question that one. Hustle hard. Yeah, not to mention Neil Armstrong and said that we had never went. Yeah, yeah. Even I saw that clip of Neil Armstrong saying it never happened. They need to look into Charlie Kirk's wife, Mossad agent handler. Yeah, yeah. They need to check out that honeypot, right? Yeah, that just keeps coming across more and more fishy, doesn't it? Yeah, the Charlie Kirk thing. Wow. Oh yeah. Well, what's her name? Candace. What's her name? Candace. Whatever. She came up in my feed. I didn't watch it though. She was doing a live. 85,000 people watching her live. Like, get out of here. That's like surreal. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm happy when there's like 15 or 20. It's great. But I don't think hers is more like a podcast. I don't think she really interacts with the live at all. Um, Owens. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Newhouse. Candace Owens. Yeah. I had that monstrosity Marine Corps bayonet. I got rid of it, and now I want another one. Yeah, isn't that how it works, man? You kind of had it, you took it for granted. You're like, oh, this isn't really, all that, and then you get rid of it, and then like, yeah, 15 years later, you're like, I kind of wish I just had hung on to that. Like now, since I started doing YouTube, I'm like, wow, I should have. If I just kept everything along the way, I like would have some crazy stuff going on right now. I would have buckets and buckets of gear. I'd have rooms full of gear. Yeah, we could I could yeah, I got rid of stuff like I had wingsuits and everything that well like they became older designs. They weren't as efficient. They were you couldn't get the same flight times and everything. They're just smaller wings, inefficient wingsuits. And so I junked them. I just threw them away. And then like now I'm like going I like cherish a couple stickers that I have. Imagine if I kept all my wingsuits. Like I could have a video showing the evolution of wingsuits, or at least my involvement in it. Like that time frame, that period. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I threw them away thinking all these things are just taking up space. I'm gonna get rid of them. And yeah, here I am now going. Oh, maybe I should have kept a couple more of those. But yeah, it didn't work out that way. I have the Vietnam era bayonet I found laying on the shore of the Ohio River. That's cool. Yeah, the Vietnam, I can't remember the nomenclature for those, but yeah, they were pretty cool. Definitely, yeah. Especially if you find one, that's even cooler. That is a great way to go about it. But yeah, guys, hey, we're getting to be about that time. We're like definitely well over our 2 hours. Um, but yeah, we'll be back probably sooner than later. If you get a free minutes, if you're sitting on the pooper with nothing to do, watch a couple shorts. Yeah. If you got nothing to do while you're doing a number two, watch a short. Um, but Solid Snake, hey, how's it going? Welcome back there, Solid. Yeah, we were just wrapping it up though. We've been kind of at it for a while. But yeah, hey, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Some of you I'll be in touch with sooner than later. It's definitely great having everybody here. I hope you learned a little. If you didn't learn a little, I hope you laughed a little. And with a little luck, you learned a little and you laughed a little. That's kind of our end goal here is to uh, give everybody a little bit of information, keep everybody entertained at the same time. Share the knowledge, have some fun. Sunday mornings are just so casual, so much fun. I look forward to doing it every Sunday. You guys are such a pleasure. We have such a good time. It's always a pleasure to do it. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up. So everybody, be safe out there. Keep your head on a swivel. Stay alert. Stay alive. And meow, Dave. Meow. Meow, 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 meow. Damn. Usually, Mrs. Bushcraft's cat's usually like he hisses at me. He doesn't meow. He like meows at her like to be annoying, but just hisses at me. But yeah, all right, guys, everybody, thanks for hanging out. We will catch you on the next one, and be well, everyone. Take care.